Thank you so much to our sponsor, HelloFresh.
We know that home-cooked meals could be a hassle, but HelloFresh makes it easy, doable. Those steps are easy to follow, and it's made in about 30 minutes or less.
We just found out what we're promoting here, and it's kind of insane. For free breakfast for life, go to hellofresh.com/goodchildren.
You will be getting one free breakfast item per box while your subscription is active if you go to hellofresh.com/goodchildren.
And let me tell you, the breakfast item is not bad.
Oh, it's very
delicious.
good.
Yeah.
That was an amazing breakfast sandwich.
That's hellofresh.com/goodchildren. Listen, for most of the year, fancy underwear technology sounds kind of unnecessary. Breathable, quick dry, anti-odor, moisture wicking, it all sounds unnecessary until summer hits, and
We know.
we know we have some sweaty balls.
Suddenly breathable, quick dry, moisture wicking anti-odor sounds like it is the right move. It is essential.
Get 20% off your first order and free shipping at meundies.com/goodchildren.
That's meundies.com/goodchildren for 20% off your first order and free shipping. Okay? That's comfort from within.
I'm here to tell you this week's theme live on air because we've never discussed it. We haven't thought about it. This week, inspired by a listener, I'm so excited to announce that this entire episode is going to be all about ranking fruits.
Ranking fruits?
Yeah, just talking about fruit.
I saw someone say like the rank the cereals was one of the top episodes. You're so right.
So it's like, and I was
just
thinking like this is a PC version of ranking cereal because we can't trust any of these fucking brands anymore.
No.
And I said, what is the, like someone said fruit and I said, this is perfect.
I almost think that with these fruits, we can almost go into knockout rounds.
We're gonna have to
take it like
we're
the
gonna
voice.
have to. But yeah, between Charlie's apple,
Yeah.
Kamala's coconut, and everything in between, I feel like it's kind of a fruity time of year,
Yeah.
and we should definitely explore that and see, just discuss how those fruits make us feel and really get serious about shit like this.
I think
it's not a fucking laughing matter at all.
No, not at all. Are you happy to be fruity? Be
As
so
in
serious.
gay?
Well, I mean, I think that we're just talking about fruit in general. at
I
this
love
point.
being gay. I'm not lying.
Are you serious?
Why are you
Imagine.
shocked?
I'm just gonna keep asking questions to say you're not.
I'm a proud homosexual. How often as a child were you going to like a beer distributor with your father?
A beer, like Farmingdale beverage?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say once a month, but mostly holidays.
Yeah, I guess it was holidays, but I just kind of let's get into it because it feels like we're in one of those walk-in freezers, those walk-in fridges right now.
Very similar to Costco as well.
Well, and why is Costco actually 8 degrees year round?
It is. And I mean, if you're really looking to get away from the heat, just go to Costco.
And that's, I mean, we've talked about it before. That was the summer plan.
It was.
Go to BJ's, go to Costco. And Stop and Shop also keeps their store frigid.
I wonder if it keeps the products longer.
I
can only
guess.
assume. I can only assume. But
But
the
it's
bakery
just-
doesn't need to be that cold.
No, but the smell of a bakery. The smell of a bakery in a supermarket or a big box store. And again, we've discussed this, but they don't know.
They don't know.
It's brand new to them.
It's brand new. And the thing about a supermarket bakery is you'll always be shocked at how good their sheet cake is. You'll always be shocked.
Yes.
It's
you
like,
kind of can't beat it. I'm
kinda-
sorry to all the independent bakers out
Yes.
there. I'm really sorry, but
I'm sorry to the girls that are charging $350 for a heart cake because I want them.
Yes,
And I want to
but-
buy them. But all I'm saying is
Go to
stack
BJ's.
2 of the sheet cakes on top of each other from BJ's. And if you want to get creative with the piping, amazing. Do it yourself. Would I start selling BJ's
I'm gonna
cakes?
start crying about making a cake at BJ's.
Yeah.
It
Should
was
we-
always a tradition before my birthday party.
Why didn't you say that earlier? We would have done that for your birthday this year.
Gone to BJ's.
Gone to
and like
BJ's
you
and got a
flip
sheet
through the
cake.
book. Were you ever flipping through the book?
And it was like different like
It
cartoons
was
that
like
you could get like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, SpongeBob, and like there would always be like a Harry Potter or like a Pirates of the Caribbean.
And
And
you're
I
like,
was
I'm
like,
getting-
need.
Yeah.
And you'd go like a week before your birthday party, then you'd go the day of to pick it up.
I'll tell you one thing too about, I know we're talking about fruit today, but when it comes to the bakery, why are the cookies, how are their cookies, any bakery cookie, so soft?
I'm not really familiar with
Costco's, you're
their
kidding?
chocolate chip
Their chocolate chunk.
and their oatmeal raisin.
The oatmeal raisin and the white chocolate macadamia. The 3-pack.
Oh, yeah. And
They
I
don't give a fuck about nut allergies. They don't.
No, I feel like that's like the kind of place that you go if you're allergic to all nuts, we realize, but I feel like you can't be someone allergic to a macadamia nut or a tree nut in general and like pick up a single baked good at a Costco.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've had a macadamia nut, and maybe this is just singular to me, but
Were you hoping it was white chocolate chip?
well, no, I'm always hoping something is a white chocolate chip. But I used to I came back from Hawaii when I was a child, and I was eating macadamia nuts a lot. And people turned to me and they were like, Andrew, like, do you know that's a really fatty nut?
Oh, everyone always loves to tell you how fatty a nut is. And it's like, I'm quite familiar with fat nuts. I'm not really worried about it at this point.
I love big fat nuts. That's beside the point. But the thing about a macadamia, it's just rich. It's just a rich nut.
Yeah.
Don't tell me my cashews are
I had
fat.
Duck confit pate last night, and then a pork belly, and then a flourless chocolate cake with a caramel ganache that I couldn't even call it a ganache. It was almost just a goop.
Thick.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was goop. But it was ATR. It really brought me back to Hershey Park. It was almost too rich.
You're kidding.
Yeah. I had never had duck confit before in my life.
What is a duck confit?
I think it's a slow roasted duck. It's like a pate. It's like a dip vibe. But it was so good. But you know when you're eating something and you're like, it's good, but there's something that tells me I shouldn't keep eating this?
Like, yeah, the texture.
No, the texture was fine because you're putting on a toasted piece of bread.
So you're spreading duck on bread?
Yeah. And I had one thought at one point as I was digging my canines into the pork belly. I said I was a vegetarian for 6 full years.
But I will say that I recently found out that chickens were really smart.
I've been telling you this.
I know, but
let's roll the tapes. I'm not going to even bother looking back on it, but let's roll the tapes because you've all heard me say it before.
I recently found out. It just hits me like once a year, I guess. Or
you
like
found that by Ellen DeGeneres told you?
Ellen DeGeneres told me, yeah, that chickens are smart, and I just can't look at them the same. I did immediately after that have the cheesy street tacos from Taco Bell, but that's besides the point. I just didn't feel like I feel like I could have a chicken and it could sit on my lap.
Wait, you know something horrible?
What?
I was on a walk the other day. A lot of Bushwick is warehouses and factories, and to that matter, slaughterhouses for poultry and meat.
Yeah.
I'm walking past a bunch of crates on the street, and I say to myself, I'm almost going to take one of these home. These look like amazing crates, and they were just left there. And I was like, what if I just took a crate? I get closer.
No, Joe, there's chickens in there?
No, it's filled with feathers. They were all filled with feathers and chicken shit. And I was like, those were the chickens' crates, and they were so small, and they were left it on the street.
Oh, so by the end of this fruit episode, it's going to be over for me?
I don't know. That one really fucked me up. But then, it hasn't stopped me. It hasn't stopped me at all.
No, you're getting confits.
I'm getting confit. The issue is, if I would be so much happier eating meat if I lived in a period of human history in an alternate universe where everything would be good, but where I was just like hunting my own meat. And like it was like an individual day by day. I was like, okay, I'm going to eat a chicken today.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to kill one of my chickens. I wouldn't be happy to do that.
No.
But at least I know that the chicken was living a nice life.
Yes.
I was bonded with it in some ways. And I'm not like, there's not 6 billion of them being slaughtered a day.
I feel like if you were to be hunting, though, you wouldn't really be hunting cows. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like cows aren't necessarily like roaming around.
No, I wouldn't be
like,
hunting the cows.
Like lots of deer and like birds.
Yeah. No, I have to slaughter the cows and the chickens.
And the chickens.
And the goats.
Well, I feel like you wouldn't slaughter the chicken. I think that you would just snap.
No, you can't do that. You have to chop its head off.
You can't just snap its neck?
Andrew, that sounds even worse. You want to just start snapping chicken necks?
No, I don't want to snap chicken necks, but
that
if I had
so much
to
more
snap
vile and horrible.
But isn't it the easiest way for it to go about it? Like
so
you just
cut off its head.
But it was still a lot. Like,
This is because you didn't grow up on a farm, and I know sometimes I forget that, and I have to contextualize it, and I remember that you're from the suburbs, and I'm from the farms.
I can't.
But have you noticed that my pants are heat tech?
I actually am shocked as to what was going on with the pants before we even got started. There was some tape around them.
No, that's the Velcro at the bottom.
They're heat techs, so they're changing colors as we
have
speak
you noticed? Like, so you see how like my knee is dark? I'm sure like my crotch is really bright, but then look at this, everyone at home. Wow.
Whoa, Joe, what? It's kind of like you're giving Deadpool down.
Boots. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to even get into it.
Where are the pants from?
They're from my favorite small boutique that is really sustainable.
Yeah,
it's called
okay.
ASOS.
Yeah. I can't believe that we just went from your dinner to slaughtering chickens.
Well, we were well before that.
But
we were
the
at
theme is
macadamia
fruit.
nuts.
But the theme is
Macadamia
fruit.
nuts, fatty nuts,
Costco.
cookies, Costco. How did we get to Costco? Oh, it was cold in here.
It was cold in here.
Good children. Hey guys, and welcome back to Good Children, the podcast where hosts Joe Hedges
And Andrew Muscarella reflect on their 24 years of friendship,
growing up in the late 2000s,
early 2010s,
and all of the nostalgia
trauma.
and fruit that go along with it.
So how do we want to start this? Do we almost start at the bottom or do we start at the top?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, the worst.
Yeah.
And I'll say it, all berries.
Are you being serious?
All berries.
I don't think you're speaking out of truth. Although I do know on record you have said before, I don't like berries.
Fuck berries. And that's not entirely true, Ellen, but
What is it about the berry? Be so serious. Because our listeners are shaking.
And everyone knows this. Everyone knows it is the uncertainty upon biting into a berry that berry will be very good. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think, like, are you afraid that it's going to be expired? Is it not going to be?
No, it's just because it's like, here's the thing. Like, my twisted American mind, like, I need everything I eat to taste the same. Like, it needs to have a uniform flavor. And berries, sometimes some of them are going to be very sweet. Some of them are going to be not as sweet. Some are going to be mushy. Some are going to be tight and tart.
You're talking about the raz.
The raz and the blues.
The raz and
the straws.
No, the straws are always sweet.
That is a sick statement. Because
Joe.
Strawberries are my least favorite for that reason. Because you never know. You never know.
Oh, you are.
Some strawberries are horrible. Some strawberries are horrible.
If any episode's going to end in a fight, it's going to be the one about fruit.
Yeah.
Because I'm in disbelief. Strawberries are like candy almost.
Some are.
Where are you shopping?
I'm not buying strawberries in the first place.
Exactly. So
but
where
I've
is your...
experienced many strawberries in my life.
Okay, well, that's
You know that childhood book about the turtle that eats the strawberries? You don't. We can keep going.
No, because I wasn't reading it. It dates back to that age.
Like the kindergarten.
What was the turtle doing?
It was like it was like group in a strawberry patch.
I would say my least favorite fruit right now. I'm scared to say it.
What is it?
Because it's such a normal fruit. I don't like a pear.
And that's where we really differ. Because pear is like one of my top 3.
And I did it because I was like, let's come out of the gate swinging. Yeah, let's do that.
So what about pears are you not educated on?
It's just kind of giving nothing. Like every time I bite into a pear, I'm kind of like, okay, what does it taste like?
Like a pear.
But then I'm wishing it was an apple.
Then just have an apple.
Well, exactly.
But pears they're softer in texture than an apple. They're less like hard on your gums and your teeth. They have such a delicious taste to them. Such a delicious taste. I love a pear.
No, but the thing about the pear is like if you had be serious. Well, no, I can't ask you this question because I know what the answer is going to be. But if there was a bowl of fruit and there was an apple next to the pear,
I'm picking the pear every time.
I really want to know what the probability of people that would pick pear would be because
I think it'd be lower.
20%.
I think it'd be lower, but also like let's be fucking serious as a country, as a nation. Are we eating apples anymore?
I was going to say majority doesn't rule.
Well, that's also true. But are we eating apples? Who's eating apples? Are you buying apples? Are you buying apples? Am I buying apples? Nobody's buying apples. Nobody's eating apples. When's the last time you had an apple?
Joe, I have apples.
No, you
sometimes.
don't.
I put apples in like meals, like lately. Like I'm gonna like put like apples. I'll make like a little bowl of food.
I
With,
haven't
like,
seen you cook in months.
When I make a harvest bowl here and there, I get chicken apple sausage and I chop up apples and I put it in my bowl too with my rice and such.
I think that that's an appropriate way to consume an apple, but I don't think many Americans are snacking on apples.
I think that you are wrong. I think if you look at the middle of the country, a lot of people are having apples.
No,
and I'm
apples
telling you, they're
fell
cutting them with peanut butter.
off. Apples, well, that's a whole different experience. And then I'm on your side because I love to dip an apple in peanut butter.
And I only want to cut an apple if it's that core, when there's the core. When you have that thing that is the circle in the middle with those little slits.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I want to slam every single apple.
I want to split the apple right down the line.
Yeah.
Down symmetrical lines.
I can't believe that you don't like apples. Apple pie is superior.
It's
the
not
thing
that I
about
don't-
you can't do pears are not versatile. Pears
And
are
this
not
is where
versatile.
it gets the whole
Because you
fucking
like
thing.
juicy pear Ritas. It's
Yeah,
not the
that's
same.
what it comes down to. It comes down to the Rita's Ice's juicy pear flavor, and that's really why I like pears.
When you bite into a pear, it is almost too soft. It is sometimes gritty. It is
Those are two of my favorite things.
soft and gritty.
Yeah.
Well, yes. And then, I mean, I like the shape of a pear because I'm. Would you say I'm pear shaped?
I am not going to personally label you as anything.
I was told once that my head was the shape of a pear, and now I understand why.
I think my head is the shape of an apple.
I can kind of see that. I almost think your head is the shape of a strawberry.
I actually want to let everyone know that this is the last episode of the podcast.
I wasn't saying that. Is that I think that like if you have a bigger head and you have a smaller chin, and I would say that I have a smaller head and a bigger cheek.
And an apple has a bigger top than it has bottom.
I guess you are right there.
You know what I mean? A strawberry is just a more cartoonish choice. It's a more offensive choice.
I wasn't thinking about the apple like that. I'm so sorry. It
Well,
wasn't to be
it's-
offensive. It
it's
wasn't to be
just-
offensive.
It's just, it doesn't matter. It's too late. You said it.
Okay.
Apples, I believe, fit into most things. I don't believe most people are picking up apples and buying them as a snack anymore. I think you're putting it into a pie. I think you're putting it into a... But I think they had a very big moment, and I'll say it, post 9/11. I think apples had their moment with Kelly Clarkson. In a post 9/11 society, I think that apples represented patriotism for some reason.
Yes. Well,
All American apple pie. I feel like you couldn't keep apples on the shelves.
Yes.
In like 2002. You know what I mean? I think it was a direct result of 9/11.
You're kind of right, and I think that at that point people were making a lot more hand pies. They were Drake's.
Well,
couldn't get enough.
I really love Drake.
When
Not
Yeah.
the rapper.
and Bell, not Bell.
No.
So
simply
Drake, the name is a little bit tough.
Drake's pies, those fucking insane pies.
When were they introduced to us?
For me, it was probably since birth.
Since birth. There was a change of recipe about 6th grade. I remember
When it got
that.
because it used to be like it was much larger.
Yes.
They were large. And we're talking about those handheld apple pies from
they're-
Drake's. They're like a sugary coating pastry, right?
Yeah, and on the inside the apples are almost too sweet.
Yeah,
But in a way that's
pure
just incredible.
Yeah. But they used to be thick and large.
Yeah.
Then they became like small and square.
Mm-hmm. And every fast food chain, any place was saying, how can we choose an apple and put it into our one featured item of dessert? Any single fast
Oh
food
my
chain.
God.
It was crazy. They were
But
pumping
the
them out.
Taco Bell fucking cinnamon empanada with the apple.
Why did they stop that?
That was and obviously we're connoisseurs, but I think that really was a really brutal day in history.
When it ended?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What the fuck?
I think because we
And what we have
haven't,
Cinnabon Delights as our replacement?
they were like, fuck the fruit.
No, yeah, fuck
Give you the
fruit.
cream.
Well,
Give me
and
the
that
cream.
should go to show you what I'm saying about apples fell off.
They fell off, but you have to think about pears don't have this. Are you gonna go?
No, I'm just thinking something's coming to me
What?
about apples and cream. And there was a dessert that had like a creamy It was appley and creamy.
Is it like?
Oh
Give
my
me some
God.
descriptors.
Oh
Is
my
it
God, oh
from
my
where?
God. I don't know. I just can taste it. I could see it. I feel like you add your own cream.
Oh, it's a homemade item.
No, I don't know. But it's there. It's like so close, and it was so good.
Like from a chain restaurant.
I don't know. I think it may have been a snack you buy at home and you like heat up maybe, but it's not like a toaster strudel, which we can get into because I only experienced those in high school for the first time.
That's
versus a
crazy.
Pop-Tart. I was always a Pop-Tart bitch until toaster strudel.
Of course, because they're thick.
But it was like,
I am not kidding. I have tingles in my
because
feet.
it's like,
No, Joe. Like
I see it. And I also see my kitchen as a child. Like it had to be like pre 2011. I can tell you that for sure.
apples and cream. It's not like an oatmeal. It wasn't like a
No.
farina. It wasn't a cream
No,
of
because
wheat.
the cream was like almost yogurty. It was almost yogurty.
It was a thick cream.
Yes, it was like a thick yogurty cream.
Was the apple softened or was it hard?
It was very soft. It was like goopy. It was like cinnamon apple vibes.
I'm getting there. I'm coming there.
Are you? Do you?
I'm coming with you.
Oh my god!
What the heck
I
was
think
it?
it was like a fruit cup. I think they would make cinnamon. No, like cinnamon apple fruit cups, like those, like the
Yes.
the whatever they call
The
those.
Dole,
Yeah,
like-
like the Dole fruit
yeah.
cups, but it was like apples and then like a cinnamon on top, and then you would
Ooh.
mix it together.
And it became creamy. Almost
Yeah,
like an
well, the
a la mode.
cream was at the top. Yes, it was like an a la mode. I think that may be it. I'm sorry.
It just seems like you have a lot of fond memories with apples, and I understand that we're trying to hate on apples, and I think
I'm
that
not
you.
trying to hate. I'm just saying that they're no longer as relevant as they used to be.
Okay, that's fine. But I will say one last thing between the apple and the pear. You don't see a lot of girls going pear picking. When apple season comes around, I'm picking apples. I make a whole
I don't know
trip
why we're
around the
only
apple.
comparing apples to pears. Like, why is it apple versus pear night?
I just feel
Like,
I
it
just
didn't
feel
have
like
to
they're
be that, like-
sisters.
No, it's like apples and oranges. Like we're literally comparing apples and oranges. Like they're just two different fruits.
But I would say the orange is different because it's a citrus.
And what's a pear? What's a
That's
pear?
a really good question. What's an apple?
What's an apple?
It's like no one's ever talking about that genre of fruit.
Yeah, what is that? Anyway, no, of course people aren't going pear picking because apples represent the fall in the same way that pumpkins do. And a pumpkin is a fruit. Right? It has seeds.
Yeah.
Do vegetables have seeds?
Yeah. No.
So what's the
vegetables,
cucumber fruit,
fruit, tomato fruit.
carrot vegetable, potato
Yeah,
vegetable.
no seeds. And that was again, if you wanted to pick
That
a fight with
pissed me
anyone in elementary
off.
school, it was just saying,
Tomatoes of fruit.
Tomatoes
Go to
of
hell. Go to hell. Actually, I don't give a fuck.
But Joe, cherry tomatoes are a fruit. That's so sweet. They're so sweet.
We know I've never really experienced that. with pleasure.
Cucumbers, I can see them as a fruit.
Yeah.
Just because a fruit's not sweet doesn't mean it's not a fruit.
Yeah, that's okay. You're the one you just classified cherry tomatoes as a fruit because they were sweet. So it seems like maybe
right.
you have to have that conversation internally with yourself.
I think that's what was happening. there.
you were, yeah, in that moment.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know why we had to get into a fight over apples versus pears. I think that they both bring something unique to the table.
Yeah.
I think that apple is the popular vote, but like a real bitch likes a pear. You know what I mean? And then maybe you're not. And here's
Real
what this
bitch
is what I'll
likes a
say.
pear.
Maybe you're not in the supermarket. Maybe you're not walking
Yeah.
to Trader Joe's, and you're not saying, "Let me pick up the pears,"
Yeah.
because who would ever do that? Who in their right mind would ever do that?
Because you're
genuinely?
walking into Trader Joe's, you're like, where are the
plum
dates?
But I think we should all take a second and bring home half a dozen pears this week.
I just can't wait for our listeners to start posting pictures of
Tagging
their
us in
pears.
pictures of their pears.
Post your pear.
Post your pear.
PYP.
Pears and pears. It's like a picture of like yourself in underwear and then also a pear.
So you want to see people in underwear?
I'm not saying that at all, but I was just like, I'm thinking of it's marketing. It's Emily in Paris.
I think that would actually, Joe, be genius
for the
marketing
pear
for pears. Oh my
A
god.
perfect pear. A perfect pear. P&P.
No, I need it to happen. I need it to market it as PNP. Please. Please.
Oh my god.
I think you should start talking to farmers, pear farmers.
Well, I've been talking to farmers since the day I was born.
I know you have, but I don't think that you've been talking to the pear farmers.
No.
And I think that you should say to them, hey, if you need strategic outreach,
Pair your pair of
Pear.
pears.
PNP.
PNP.
At
It's like
Parade.
we all could use a little PNP.
Yeah.
You know?
So what's PNP?
It's party and play. It's doing meth and having
What's
gay sex.
D&D?
Drug and disease free is usually D&D free is usually, or Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons. See, I always thought when someone said D&D, they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, but it's drug and
Drugs
disease free.
usually, yeah.
I was saying a lot of people are playing video games on Grindr. That's good to know.
Yeah.
PNP, pup and play.
Party and play. Party is meth. You smoke meth, and then you have. Did you not hear me just say this?
You said the word meth?
I said meth about 8 seconds ago. It's party and play. It's meth and gay sex.
They're smoking meth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel as if though I am in my parents' generation.
Well, in many ways, you act like it.
In many ways, biologically,
Biologically, you are.
I am.
Yes. Yeah.
I am. I think that this episode's going to turn into, by the end of it, we're going to revisit our fruits and then we're going to go from top
we're gonna
to
have
bottom.
to.
Or
We're gonna
bottom
have to
top.
end this with a ranking.
Because I think that like I can't continuously think like where the next fruit lies.
No, yeah,
but
we just had to just bring up the next two fruits.
I want to talk about
ranks.
cherries.
Okay. I love a cherry.
I love cherries. Joe, I love
They're
cherries.
come on, they are nature's Sour Patch Kid,
It-
which I think is important.
But very similar to what you said about berries, I think it's the Aries. Sometimes you have a
Is
cherry.
a cherry a berry? I feel like no.
No.
It's like in the plum family because
No.
it has a pit.
I actually also think that this episode is really going to prove to people sometimes you can just be really dumb.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to know what family the cherry is in. I
But it's
barely
also
know
like,
what
am I
family mine is.
am I studying fruit? You know, what I mean? That's not necessarily my area of forte.
No.
Um,
Well, I mean, I definitely could say that I've had enough fruit in my life that I should have known, you know,
I
the
don't think
different
so.
families and genres.
No.
But I will say something about a cherry. Sometimes they're sour.
But I love a sour cherry.
Wait, you're so smart, Joe. Is that why you said that they're nature's Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah,
Because they're sour and then they're sweet?
yeah. I feel like everyone like
You
the,
freak me out. You're
okay. Thank you. Oh, end of your statement.
No, I was just gonna say I do love a cherry, and I think that they're a very cute fruit as well. I think that they're
They're
versatile.
so
People are
cute.
getting them on their bodies. People are putting them on clothes. People are them. Yeah,
I
exactly.
have one right here.
The cherries.
I have my cherries right there on my arm.
You know what I mean? Cherry on top, fantastic wine bar.
Cherry on top by Ben Platt.
Cherry on, fantastic song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna. You know what? I'm never gonna not. And I know it might be cringe, but I'm never gonna not stop standing.
I don't think that's cringe.
I was recently told by somebody that it could be an ick for people. By that person, I mean Garrett.
Anyway, I love a cherry, and I do think it kind of does. It does contradict what I was saying earlier about the berry situation, but I feel like a cherry has never told me it was one thing and then ended up being another. You know what I mean? It's always been what it is. And that's why I respect them. Like,
Yeah.
I think you can usually suss out a bad cherry in the same way.
Yeah.
And my fruit of this discussion will be grapes. I know when a grape is going to suck. It's very clear.
All you gotta do
Is
is
just
that
give it a
two-finger
little
squeeze.
pinch. Mm-hmm. But grapes, to me, you have Concord.
Amazing.
You have the green ones.
Yes.
You have my favorite cotton candy.
Yes.
You have Moondrop. Still haven't had them.
Nope.
I need to get them. You have, I'm sure, many other flavors of grapes, and grapes also make wine.
Yeah.
It's
and they make
kind of-
juice.
And then
Just juice.
Well, I think
but
all
that's just
fruit.
wine.
cherry juice,
Cherry juice.
cherry juice.
But you know what you can't make with grapes? Pies.
Well, no.
What do you
But
mean?
again, it's not. No, I just like don't know why it's like knockout rounds. Like, why are we fighting about the fruit? Like,
I love
just want-
grapes. I'm just trying to show its versatility. I'm trying to show my fruit's versatility.
But like, I'm just like saying that I like grapes.
I know. I'm saying I like grapes too, but I'm just saying that like cherries could be in a pie.
Yeah, cherries could be in a pie.
But grapes can't.
No. Does a grape exist in like the citrus family? You want to think?
I love that. We're both asking each other like we know. I'm going to say if I had to classify where a grape is, what family it's going to be in.
It has to be really, really, really close to the tomato.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be like just
You're
one
right.
thing went wrong 100 million years ago, and
Yeah.
like they split into two different kinds of fruit.
But then I think it's almost in the cherry family, because think about it.
No.
That big ass seed sometimes.
In a grape?
Joe, yes, because we're getting seedless
Yeah,
modified
I know.
grapes.
I've never had a seeded grape in my life.
That's a joke.
I've never had a seeded grape in my life.
There's
And they're
nothing
big
more
seeds?
off-putting.
How big are they?
Big.
You're kidding.
Big.
No.
It's fair.
No.
Enough that's off-putting.
I don't think so.
That you bite into it and you're like, oh my God, there's seeds
As
in
big
this?
as a cherry?
Not
cherry
as
pit?
big as a cherry pit. I'll tell you something about a cherry pit, though. Think about eating a cherry in front of other people.
It's
Disgusting.
It's like Texas Roadhouse. It's eating those fucking peanuts.
It's spitting seeds everywhere.
Yeah.
You're double S-ing.
Can you imagine being someone with the deathly allergy to peanuts that never getting to experience Texas Roadhouse?
No. But you can make that butter at home.
I was going to say, we all know that you can make the butter at home.
Make the butter at home, and you
and
know
then
what?
Come out to your parents.
And then make the
same
butter
way.
at home, come out to your parents, and the rest is history. Then you'll have a podcast where you're talking about ranking fruits. Yeah.
Yeah, cherries they're a bit of a messy fruit. They make you look like you're eating, like it's like very bloody vibes. But I've never felt closer to
My family.
Sure. I was going to say my ancestors.
Yeah.
So I guess we were on the same path there. I just feel like I never felt closer to being like an ancient human than eating a cherry. I'm like, this is what I was born to do. I really do believe I was put on this planet to eat cherries.
I think for me, opposite. Because lately I feel like I have an allergy to them.
You're kidding.
And the reason I know is because my throat starts to...
Was this a new discovery?
Yeah, well, I think I'm allergic to some fruits. One, definitely apple skin. I know that. When I bite into an apple.
You were just riding Apple's cock so hard.
Well, yes, because I love a hard, cold apple. There is nothing better than when you bite into an apple and it's crispy and it's cold. And
I don't have strong
amazing.
enough gums for that. I feel pain just hearing that description.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I start getting shooting pains in my gums. That's how I know I'm allergic to the skin.
Girl, you have gingivitis.
Well, my dentist has been telling me I have gingivitis for years. You're right. I do have gingivitis. But cherries, my throat starts to swell a little bit. It starts to get itchy, very itchy.
Well, it happens to you it happens to you almost for all foods.
But as long as it's not closing, then I'm good.
Yeah.
I haven't had my throat closed in a bit.
Since Krish's?
My throat's almost so open. My throat is almost so open. Maraschinos.
I am so pissed right now because I wish I was wearing my MeUndies so I could take off my pants on camera, which is my favorite thing to do. But they're all in the wash in the present moment because I cannot stop wearing them.
They are so comfortable, and the way that they cup my balls.
I have been actually a MeUndies subscriber since 8 years ago, which is insane.
That's crazy.
I was originally really into them for their patterns. I love the cute little pattern. Since then, my tastes have changed. I kind of have steered more towards a simple black or white pair. However, given this recent partnership with MeUndies, I was able to dip my toe back into a pattern. And I'll say I got this cute little spaceship patterned brief. I feel reinvigorated. I feel like I've been limiting myself to a basic pair of underwear for years. Listen, I have one pair that's regular, one pair that's the ball caddy, and I had to immediately order more of the ball caddies because I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
You want to look like you're fucking packing
Like
at
you got
all
that
times.
big bulge, that double B.
It's kind of crazy what they're doing there. It almost should be illegal.
And they also have bathing suits. I'm kind of like
Yes.
very interested in the bathing suits.
Yeah. And not only does it look good on, but it's micromodal, which we just found out means it's breathable,
Yeah.
it's comfy, it stretches in all the right places, and it's comfortable for all day wear, which is extremely important.
And it holds where it needs to hold.
And you can head to meundies.com/goodchildren for
20% off and free shipping.
that's meundies.com/goodchildren for 20% off.
And free shipping, because comfort starts within.
Let me tell you, getting HelloFresh actually reinvented the way I see myself in the kitchen.
Yeah, because I think that you always were second guessing your abilities in the kitchen because you didn't know where to go.
Yeah, I mean, I auditioned for Worst Cooks in America. I never forgot. If you asked me what a dry wine means, I would just tell you an empty cup. And then it's like, how big is a tablespoon? This looks like what a witch would have going in her home at all times. What we're gonna do is toss these chicken cutlets back in a couple minutes. Since the HelloFresh subscription started back up, I feel like a true chef. It is easy, it is cheap. I was filleting tilapia last week on a whim before going out.
And you made it look so easy.
Because they make it easy. A mise en
Plus.
is the hardest part of cooking, and HelloFresh provides that for
Yeah.
you. All of your ingredients are portioned out, delivered right to your door.
You don't have to think about the recipe searching of it all. You
No.
know what I mean? To have a recipe that is curated for you and it tastes amazing. And also when it comes to the summer, it's like every week is completely different. And what I love about HelloFresh is that you can schedule your orders for what works for you.
And they're not complicated.
No.
Everything's pretty quick to cook.
Yeah.
I chose the pescatarian box most recently because I was like, let's not act like I can cook chicken or steak. I've tried a million times. I just can't.
The chicken is, while really tough, potentially raw in the middle.
No.
I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you managed to do that because it is such a tough bite, but it is actually pink. I mean, do I have to do this any longer?
I made the tacos, and then I made a spaghetti with shrimp. It was delicious.
It was delicious. And what was beautiful about it is that Joe had an extra serving, so I got to experience Joe's meals as well. The breakfast was amazing. I was making steak. And that was what was incredible. Like, I shared it with my other roommate, but I was making steak. It had an herbed butter. It was like, again, you cook that for somebody, they are like, you are an amazing chef.
For free breakfast for life, head to hellofresh.com/goodchildren.
One free breakfast item per box when your subscription is active when you go to hellofresh.com/goodchildren. Again, for free breakfast for life.
That's hellofresh.com/goodchildren.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. I want to talk, actually, and this one could be versus or it could be together.
I don't like debating.
I know. Cantaloupe, honeydew.
Fuck both of those bitches. Fuck both of those bitches. Unless I'm wrapping prosciutto around the cantaloupe, I don't want to see either of those fruits ever again in my life. I think when I see a fruit salad and cantaloupe or honeydew is in it, I'm miserable. I'm pissed. I'm sorry, go back to Bath and Body Works where you belong, you fucking bitch. Like, I actually have, and I always have had such a great distaste for both of those melons, which is so shocking that they're from the same family as the watermelon, which is arguably the best fruit you could possibly have.
It's my #1.
Why the fuck are they shoving? They're shoving cantaloupe and watermelon and honeydew down our throats.
I'm almost wondering maybe it's just like the most produced fruit that they're trying to get rid of.
Because no one wants it. No one wants it.
But Joe, okay, I have a few things to say about cantaloupe. No fruit stinks more like shit than a cantaloupe. Nothing stinks worse than a cantaloupe in the summer, and you can't even. No one
you can
only
argue disguise it with
prosciutto.
Yeah,
because you need something so salty to mask that stench of garbage.
Yeah, otherwise, horrible.
But when the cantaloupe is perfectly ripe and it's cold and you pop that in your mouth,
I kind of understand
it's kind of like candy.
I get that. And I'm sorry for what I said.
And that's
earlier.
okay. And honeydew is the same thing. I've more oftentimes than not had bad honeydew over good ones.
Yes. And maybe I need to get back into both of them as an
Yeah.
adult and like really see how I feel about them now.
I think so.
Because like even mango for me was something I didn't necessarily love until I got a little bit older. You know, my dad was always trying to get me to eat mango as a kid. And I was like, I don't want to be near that.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a fruit that I was raised on.
You were raised on mango?
Raised.
Mango, the thing about mango is that, and I've talked about this before, I have a condition where artificial mango tastes like male armpit.
Which seems like you would love artificial mango.
Well, it's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily want to eat like a gummy bear that tastes like a pit.
The thing is, a mango ice pop. When I recently had one over a month ago when we were in California, and it was almost so creamy. All you needed to do was blend that mango together. You put it on a popsicle, and it's creamy.
Yeah, well, that's different, and that's delicious. But I'm saying a mango flavored, not mango itself.
That's me with peach.
Oh,
I can't do it. The thing
like
is,
peach iced tea.
oh, see, I'm a sucker for peach iced tea. But I can't. There are certain peach alcoholic. Well, I had a really bad experience with peach brunettes in college. I drank too much of it. The girls out there know. You know, if you have peach brunettes, you'll never have peach again and like it. It's just the truth, and it sucks because there's so many good things with peaches. Cobblers.
You don't like. You can't eat a peach cobbler.
I can have a peach cobbler.
You can have a peach cobbler. I know that much.
I love a cobbler.
With like it's like steaming hot. And
Yeah.
You dump a fat load of ice cream on top.
A fatty. And like there's a difference between a cobbler and a crumble. Do you know
well,
the difference?
the crumble is better.
Yeah, the crumble is definitely better. But the cobbler is more like, it's like doughier. You know, it's like flour based. The crumble is like oat based and crunchy.
Yeah, I prefer the crumble.
I know you did. Be serious. Have you ever eaten fruit to make your cum taste better?
No.
You serious?
What do you even mean? Like pineapple?
Yeah.
No, I don't really care.
You've never tried that?
No. Go ahead though and tell us your personal experience.
I don't have a personal experience with it. I was just like, have thought like there are moments that I have been in a situation where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck tonight. I need to eat a lot of pineapple. At least I wanted to try it.
And what happened?
No one said anything. I wasn't gonna be like, is that sweet?
You didn't test it yourself? What?
I have once.
Okay, so this obviously, yeah, and you were gonna lie. We were gonna go around this. Let's get straight to the story.
I have once because I knew that if you were to have a lot of pineapple, it's supposed to be sweet. Listen, to me, it tasted just the same.
After the pineapple, it tasted just the same.
I would say a little bit more sweet than salty, but I just feel like, you know, it doesn't necessarily do the trick people are hoping
No,
for.
I think it's more of an urban legend,
Yeah.
and I think that like at the end of the day, comes cum.
I agree.
I've tasted some bad cum. I
honestly don't want it anywhere near my mouth. And I'm sorry, call me a bitch.
You're crazy.
Call me crazy.
So you're
call me I'm
not
getting
a
enough protein in my
swallower?
diet. No, I'm
Wow.
a spitter. And I actually am happy to be
You're a
able to say
spitter?
I'm happy to say that on the podcast.
I'm gagged.
But there was one recent situation that I was in that happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm gagging like that. Why did I even do that? Like, it wasn't even for like the sexual stimulation for the other person. I was like, it doesn't taste good. And it's like warm, but I like my cookies warm. You know what I mean? Like I want to keep that for the baked goods, like out of the oven. Like, don't put that near me.
How did cookies get
On my
involved?
chest, sure. Do you know what they say about pickles when you have too many pickles?
No.
Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this because it doesn't affect me. But I've heard from some girls, and I almost need someone to clarify. If you have too many pickles, does it stink down there? Does it stink? Because I just feel like that can't be true. And I guess I just want to know. Because I have some friends that like a lot of pickles. So I just want to know. Okay, so should we start entering the next genre?
Is it bananas?
Well, we can talk about. I was going to go into the citrus family
Yeah. Fuck.
because there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about here.
Fuck. Cuties.
The best. It's just, I love a cutie. I love how juicy that they are.
The labor that goes into it. Is that tough for you?
Yes, but honestly, I need any opportunity to smell good.
And you will smell like a fucking clementine for the rest of the day. Under
Those
nails.
fingers,
Yeah.
those nails, there's
Mhm.
nothing better than walking through. You're walking past someone, they sniff. That's a free scent almost. That was to buy cuties, not very expensive. People pay for citrus scents. That's natural. Maybe there might be like a little bit like orange on my fingers. Did you ever really extra peel like the little like veins on them? Do you know when you peel a cutie
And
and there's,
sometimes
like,
like its
white
exoskeleton
strings?
remains. Yeah.
those white strings
Yeah.
always freaked me out?
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with all fruit is it really it reminds you of your mortality, I feel like. And that's probably like my issue with berries in that way. But like, yeah, sometimes you have to like get its exoskeleton off, which sucks. You take the skin off and then it has its the bones.
Yeah.
You debone a cutie.
You are deboning
deboning
cuties.
it. It's a
You're
bone.
filleting a cutie.
Yeah.
How many cuties can you eat in one sitting?
Easily the whole bag. I would say 15 to 20,
Yeah.
if need be. If need be. My body would go into shock.
Yeah.
That actually it was receiving real nutrients and not like Descovy and Pure for Men.
You're right.
And then like a cold brew and a hit from Garrett's Vape.
I feel like there should be some nutrients in that. If they were pitching nutrients
Oh
in
my
vapes,
God. Imagine.
people would be. I
Wait,
mean,
I feel like they.
why am I pitching this to vape companies?
Well, I feel like that.
oh, but that actually is kind of genius. If it wasn't
Nicotine.
nicotine, but you're still hitting something and it's getting you your nutrients in the day, I can see that happening in the next 5 years. I'm being serious.
I'm like, prep handled.
You're like, that was my vitamin D because I'm low in it.
Wegovy.
You can I think cuties, yes, amazing. Oranges,
Sometimes too big. Sometimes too much work. Except when they're sliced in a bag soccer game.
again, I think we've said this before. I'm more of a cuties, peel the whole skin, eat the whole thing. When it comes to an orange, I'm more slice it with the skin, suck the juice.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come at this from a place of kindness because
Okay.
I actually want to learn.
Okay.
So you're not eating the meat; you're just sucking it dry. And
Yeah.
leaving the
For the most part, when it comes to an orange, I'm sucking. That's probably where I found like my love for sucking.
right.
Was when I would just slice the orange. And like so you would be at the soccer game. Let's say Heidi just brought some bags of oranges
Yeah.
for the kids.
Of course.
You would take that orange. I can only assume you would probably peel
Snap
it back a little bit.
Snap it back.
And
and
eat that whole meat. See, I was just sucking the juice. I was just sucking it dry.
Which is a shame because I think that you would have gotten a lot of fiber from the pulp, from the actual meat itself.
I'm
That's
sure I would have
where
kept
all the real
growing.
nutrients come from.
I'm sure I would have kept growing. I'm sure I would have gotten some nutrients. I'm sure my growth shouldn't have been stunted when I was in 8th grade. I'm sure a lot of things would happen if I ate the meat of an orange. But I'm here now. And my hands haven't grown since 7th grade, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm a sucker. I'm an orange sucker. Call it what it is. And I know that there are other orange suckers out there.
I'm not even judging it.
No, I know you're not judging. I know I'm not feeling like you're coming at it because I know that you're coming at it from you're educating yourself.
Yes, yeah. I just feel like I feel like I definitely have sucked an orange or two.
It's wasteful.
Who among us could say they haven't? You know, like who among us could confidently say in my entire life I've never sucked an orange dry?
And I think it's actually a unifying experience. I think we're all one when we suck an orange. We're all on the same playing field. We're all sucking. We're all
Yeah, I see that.
lemon lime can do well.
What? You could,
I was gonna say I can do without. Obviously, you're not eating it. You're squeezing it. You're juicing it.
what?
You're sipping it.
So you're talking about two separate things, lemons and limes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love both of those citrus though. I love what they bring to every drink. I love a lemon lime soda. I love lemon.
Aid.
Yeah, I love limoncello. I love lemon sorbet. I love chicken franchise.
Chicken piccata.
Chicken piccata. I love lemon in anything. Truly.
Yeah.
I think it really is one of my favorite like flavors. You know what corn used to look like?
No,
You wouldn't believe it.
The baby corns?
You wouldn't even fucking believe it. If we showed Andrew a picture of what corn used to look like, he would lose his fucking mind.
I wish you had a picture of what corn looked like.
You
I want to see
your
it.
fucking mind.
What do you mean? What did it used to look like, Joe?
You wouldn't even believe it.
Was it yellow?
You wouldn't even believe it. Grapefruit? No.
We said it. Slice it in half. Sugar on it. That's all. That's the only way I want it.
It's like I remember slicing grapefruit in half as a child and putting Splenda on it.
Yeah.
Like, Splenda, not sugar.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Bananas. I think to me, one of the fruits I always find myself going back to.
I agree.
But
I agree.
And I recently came across somebody who said they only eat their bananas when the skin is green. To me, that was shocking to hear because I feel like if the skin is still green, it's almost not sweet at all. But I'm recognizing to each their own. To each their own. I like it when there's almost brown spots on the banana.
I'm also a team when it's almost no longer edible. Yeah. But I'm not really happy with a banana ever. But it is probably the fruit I eat the most.
What is it about a banana that you don't love?
It's like eating a batch of Play-Doh sometimes. The texture, it's just so much like, it's so...
And you know there's trauma surrounded with bananas with us. You know that there's some sort of ED culture surrounding bananas.
A banana's, what is it?
A banana is a full meal.
A banana is a full meal, according to Andrew's SAT tutor. And we both took that with us for the rest of our lives.
That's why, again, I don't think I was doing well on the SATs because I was only having half a banana before I went in there because that was half of a meal. Banana is a full meal. So everybody look after yourself. If you're having more than one banana in a day, start thinking about what that third meal is going to look like.
I'm going to think about bananas right now, and I'm going to say I do think that they kind of are the queen bee because banana pancakes, incredible.
Can't beat that.
I think you add a banana to a smoothie, and it enriches every single smoothie
Everything.
option. Peanut butter with bananas, incredible.
Yep. Banana bread.
Banana
Some
bread,
of the best.
The best.
Some of the best.
The best.
It's really, I think it is something banana can supplement for eggs.
Banana pudding. Banana pudding.
The reason the banana pudding is so good is because of the sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah, but
and like
still,
everything else.
banana's involved.
But the taste of that banana, I'm going to be serious. I'll make it.
Don't.
Please, it's the summer and it's almost over.
Andrew,
one batch.
No, please don't.
I'm going to make the Magnolia Bakery recipe. Don't
make it. Please don't make it. Please don't make banana pudding. Like, I'm begging you.
Okay, what if I invited some people over and we all have banana pudding?
Make it for the boat. And make it put it in little jars.
Put it in individual jars and make it for the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, that's going to be amazing because I'm going to be home that weekend anyway. Oh, okay.
Oh, you're thrilled.
I'm so thrilled. This is actually a good task for me. Okay, so maybe we go from the top. Can we just say our top 5?
Okay. My top 5 fruit. Watermelon. Pear. We only named 5 fruit. Grapes, kiwi, banana.
Okay. Watermelon, strawberries, bananas, apples, and then I'm going to go, we didn't even talk about it, plums.
You're kidding.
Plums. I love the taste of a small plum. When you bite into it and it's perfect, it's so juicy. And see you in the bathroom.
What?
Plums, prunes. They turn into prunes. And you know what prunes do to you? They get you going.
Why does every single thing relate back to shitting? Every single thing.
Ever since I was a kid.
Good children to the guidance office.
Hey guys, so I'm calling in with a question. My question is, what is the craziest thing you've done for a crush? So I wanted to call in with this question because I actually went to the same camp as Andrew. I don't think at the same time though. Anyway, when I was 12, I found out an older boy liked me there and he was one of the sailors. And you know, when you're 12, your crush is literally your true love. So I remember telling myself, okay, the next year I need to do sailing. A year later, 13-year-old me now, older and wiser, he wasn't there. That's my question. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Crazy things for a crush.
Quinnipiac alum.
A Quinnipiac alum is crazy. You did go with God on that. You did. Did I do anything crazy for a crush? Not really. Maybe a cute outfit. That's not crazy. Have you?
I've done so many crazy things. I mean, hello. I mean, I told the entire story of the fucking of the cottage in the Hamptons. I would say that's a major one.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I would say,
I would also say the garbage plate.
The garbage. Oh, that's it. Thank you so much. That's an
crazy.
incredible story that I've never told.
Yeah.
So I would say the craziest thing I've ever done for a crush, and I don't think we were dating at this point, and this still, did I say, I don't know if I realized, I don't remember if we were ever actually boyfriends. This is something really sick and crazy, and it is the craziest thing I've done for a crush. It's March 2020. If I already said this in the podcast, that's terrifying, but I think I was just telling you and Garrett in the kitchen. It's March 2020, or it's February 2020, and I don't remember if me and this person ever dated or if we were just dating and never made it official, but he invited me over to cook dinner, and when he cooked me, and listen,
This is crazy.
I don't want to hear anyone make fun of it because I think it was sweet and it's a regional thing, but...
And I would actually go crazy.
Yeah, it was good. It was to make a garbage plate, which if you're from Rochester, New York, you know what that is, but it's essentially like...
Beans?
No, maybe there's some beans. I don't think so. I think it's more so like... Yeah, there's going to be beans. We made like everything made from scratch, like a potato salad from scratch. I think just like 2 hamburgers, 2 cheeseburgers, some kind of gravy sauce. That might be the beans. Like just a bunch. It's from Rochester. It was like from when people would like go out at night. They like at the end of the night they just throw everything onto a plate in the diner, and it's a garbage plate. So he made me this garbage plate. It took us about 4 hours to cook that meal, and I was like, "This is the love of my life. This is incredible." I went to work the next day. I was still living on Long Island, but I stayed over, I think, that night. Went to work in the morning. Brought the garbage plate to work, like the leftovers, because I was like. Oh, also, sorry, one other point about the garbage plate, and I think about this actually all the time, and this goes to show you, like, crazy, is I'll never forget this. We spent that whole time making the garbage plate, like, I'm not joking, like 4 hours.
You didn't eat it?
No, like, then we sit down to eat it, and he's like, oh my God, it's one of my friend's birthdays. I have to post an Instagram story. And I'm not joking, for an hour, selected clips to post to an Instagram story while me and his roommate, like, watched slime tutorial videos on YouTube. And, like, the entire time he was posting an Instagram story.
Why was it an hour?
He just really wanted to go back into his archive, I guess. But I just watched slime tutorials and ate the garbage plate alone. And then my leftovers I took home the next day. I took them to my office in Soho. I went home that night, forgot the garbage plate.
Did you not eat the garbage plate at work because it was your workplace?
Yeah, I would not eat that in front of a person, but I still wanted to eat it. And I went home that night and forgot it. And then I was sick. Could have been from the garbage plate. I got sick the next day. I didn't go into work. But then I was like, no, I can't. Like, the love of my life made me a garbage plate. I can't leave that in the office. My dad works downtown. He works in the financial district. I asked my dad to go to my office in Soho, pick up the garbage plate, and bring it home on a Long Island Railroad for me. I, at this point, am not sharing with my parents that I'm ever dating anybody, so I'm not really telling him what's in this package. I don't think I told him. And I have to tell, like, my coworkers at Copper, I'm like, can you guys meet my dad in the lobby and bring him, like, the package that I left in the fridge? So, like, Mallory and Gina...
Was it just a plate? He picked up just a plate?
No, like, it was, like, in the bag.
Oh, okay.
And, like, but Mallory and Gina had to, like, meet my dad, hand off this plate, and then my dad had to bring it home for me to eat it. I did not eat it. I definitely threw it out. And this was all just because I was like, this man made me this meal. So that was kind of the craziest thing my dad ever did for a crush for me, actually, more than it was for me.
You're right. But I mean, like, you facilitated that.
I facilitate. I'm frequently facilitating things.
Yeah. You're facilitating crazy things for other people to do for your crushes.
Yeah.
I would say the craziest thing I did for a crush was probably drive Joe to that Outings experience.
For me, yeah.
That was the craziest thing I've done.
Hi, Joe and Andrew. This is Abby. I just listened to the pod that you guys posted, the ribs episode, and I'm feeling all the things right now, but I wanted to ask you guys, what do you want to be remembered for when you look back at your life? Like, what do you want to be able to show for yourself, like for your kids or your future self? Okay, bye. Love you guys.
Oh my God, I'm starting. I think I just want to be remembered for not even just making people laugh, but like, yeah, bringing joy. I talk about like the most random things, and I'll say that I'm shitting bricks or whatever. And like, yeah, it's disgusting and crazy. But if I can be remembered for, you know, giving you a laugh, bringing you joy, being positive, something like that, that's all I really care about. And being remembered for like just doing the thing, whatever that thing is. I don't know what it is yet, but it's this. And for now, and like, you know, would have never gotten to this point if we didn't just do it. So, yeah, doing thing and bringing some positivity.
Yeah, I would say through whatever art mediums I can get my hands on, I would like to remind people that, like, their life is theirs. I feel like that's kind of like the mission of everything I've ever done, including this podcast, is like helping people make the choice to choose themselves. And I feel like whether that's as on the nose as this podcast or more metaphorical in like a screenplay or a book, I think that would be the main thing, is like giving people their power to do what they think they should be doing. But also, again, like through movies and TV and books and media. But that's the main mission. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode. Don't forget to do your homework.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review, send it to your friends, spread the good word. And we also have a Patreon.
$7 a month, you get access to our entire catalog of Patreon episodes, over 100 episodes.
And don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms at Good Children Pod. I'm on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella, on TikTok at Andrew_Muskie.
I'm on Instagram at Joe Hedges, and on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe.
So go grocery shopping, get your fruit.
Go get some fruit.
And suck an orange.
I think the apple's rotten right to the core, from all the things passed down from all the apples coming before. I split the apple down symmetrical lines, and what I find is kind of scary, makes me just want to drive to the airport. The airport. The airport.